This week on SEO Lunch, we kick SERPs to the curb.
Absolutely. We steer clear of them. We kick them to the curb. Keywords are going out. Social's going in.
Awesome. You'll see us coming up.
Coming right up here on SEO Lunch.
Hey everyone, welcome to the SEO Lunch. This is the show where we're going to give you bite-sized pieces of SEO news that you can digest as a small business owner. This week, December 19th, it's almost Christmas. It's been far too long.
Almost Crimbus, yep.
Far too long since we've shot an episode.
Yes.
But do check us out, slocumstudio.com/subscribe and /blog, so you can follow up with the rest of this stuff. Starting at the top of the week, the experts' prediction for 2013, where we're going to hear from 9 SEO experts and what they predict in the coming year.
Then we're going to talk about producing great content with no budget. What do you do when you do not have a budget?
I don't have a budget. Can you build me a website for $500? Is Google image search worth a marketing look? We're going to take a look at some best practices for ranking for images on your website.
Well, then we're going to look at what separates a good outreach email from a great one. Randy Fishkin talks about what to do when you're outreaching to your clients, customers, people, what have you.
You need to steer to survive in a SERP-happy world. It's really happy.
It's very happy. And if this one doesn't sound exciting, I don't know what does. Templates you need to create actionable SEO audits reports.
All right, Dan, so let's take a look at these and let's break them down so you can get them or put them in action for your small business.
Absolutely.
So let's start with the predictions for 2013.
Absolutely.
It is right around the corner.
Wow. Been a quick year.
Yeah, it has been a quick year. So what's, and this is on linkdex.com, written by Clarissa. No idea how to say that last name, but Clarissa, I do apologize. There's things are changing with SEO.
Yes.
Look what we're doing. We're creating video in order to sell you WordPress services, right? That is the bottom line. There is no hiding the fact that we're a WordPress company, but we're putting out great content. We're trying to put out great content, and that's the new thing.
That's absolutely true. It's becoming less and less as the years go on, especially it's been really, really fast recently. We were talking about the fast year. It's becoming less about keywords and things like that, though they still matter to a degree, and more about providing an attractive product for your customer on the internet.
One of the quotes from the article is Greg Jarboe of SEO PR. And he says it as clear as day right here. Video and visuals will play a more important role. I mean, we've heard that 2011, we heard it way back into 2006 and 7 when podcasting started becoming huge. And now podcasting is actually making a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, don't call it a comeback. That's why we have these new mics.
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
trying to get a little bit better quality in our audio.
There you go.
What else did you pull from the article? Data. Keyword rankings. That's changing. A lot of this data-driven stuff is not going to be a focus point.
Right.
Social.
Right.
Conversions.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a couple of the coming ones, the coming articles here. So we don't want to spend too much time on it here.
Okay.
But that's absolutely true.
So bottom line for 2013, SEO is changing. SEO is always changing. If you have a good SEO person working on your small business plan or marketing effort, they should already know that.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't be as focused on, hey, am I ranking for doggy daycare anymore? Or what keyword? Are you getting the conversions? Are you getting the social traffic? Are you building an email list? Things like that.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
Producing great content with no budget. This one comes from John Doherty at distilled.net. And this is just how are we going to provide great content when we don't have a budget to pay somebody? We don't have a lot of money to fish out there. What are we going to do?
One of the things is every small business.
Yes.
Every small business comes to us with is I don't have a budget to do this. Right. And I think this is a great article because he outlines the 3 types of equity that you need, and that's money, time, and talent on producing anything.
Right.
And if you don't have that, you have to look at it and say, if I don't have the money, that means I can't hire someone to do it.
Right.
That means I'm going to have to spend some time
right,
to do it myself.
Right.
Right. If if I go and I say, look, I don't have that time,
Right.
or I don't have the talent, that's the other thing that we're spending money on. What are some ways that folks can produce content without spending a dime?
So he's looking here at, at the money proposition here with like the Dollar Shave Club and things like that. If you look at the page, which was produced expensively, but and that's an example of something that, this is somebody who has money. They can provide, they can pay for, advertise whatever they need to do to get this to happen, and it's just super easy to do it that way. But what they do is looking at time and talent more than money. So getting what you can get with time and talent, which are things that everybody has access to. Not everybody has access to money, which is great, and using it this way here through simple Excel spreadsheets and graphs and things that are more visual to the user, but are easy to type up and put on a page to make it look a little nicer than just a bunch of text.
Right. So if you take a look at this show, for example, these new mics are like $300 or $400 $400 each, just the microphone, not the stands, right? So not many businesses are going to go out and run and spend $500 for just what they see here. Use your iPhone, use your Android phone, use whatever, flip cam or whatever. Produce some quality content. The talent side doesn't necessarily have to be the talent behind producing the video, but the talent that you're of the information that you're giving out. If you're a plumber, here's how you unclog a pipe, something like that. And use and leverage that. It doesn't have to be 100%. Unless you want to produce something high quality, you're gonna have to spend the money.
Right. And as we mentioned with the experts' predictions for just a second ago, just an enhanced focus on social media and things like that, monetizing your content on YouTube or what you need to do, getting advertising in there, email lists, things like that, taking precedent over, big budget movies for your small business.
Right. So it's easy to create some awesome stuff with no money. It does take the time. You do have to find some talent. The talent can come as time goes on. It took us. We're on our 20-something episode, and
I've pressed this.
We're still not pros at by any means, but we're getting better every day.
We're almost there.
Let's go to the next one. Is Google image search worth a marketing look?
Yeah, this comes from Anthony Pensabene, aka @ContentMuse on Twitter, and it's just talking about should we be focusing any of our SEO time on putting images out there and seeing if people are going to land that way versus just finding our webpage, things like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend too much time on this one. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of you small business folks might not be focused on image search because you might just not have a lot of images on your site.
Right.
Let's go back to the plumber or the general contractor or the landscaper. Small pizza guy. You're taking photos of pizza. You're taking photos of landscapes. Simple thing, alt text on the photo.
Absolutely, yep.
Title that for a potential keyword.
Right.
Again, we're getting away from keywords into 2013, not fully, but our focus isn't 100% on that. But just another way to kind of rank if somebody's searching for pizza.
I mean, at this point, if you're going to be looking for an image to show up for somebody to click on an image link, make sure you have a link from that image on your page to link somewhere valid, and just make sure you have alt text so it shows up a little bit more easily when you're searching for it.
It's important that if you find yourself ranking for these photos as time goes on, is to optimize the page that photo's on. Let's say that there's a kid in college of UMass right down the street.
Sure.
Searching for a picture of a slice of pizza for a document he's writing.
Right.
And then he Googles picture of pizza, and then a local pizza joint ranks for that,
there you go.
There you go. He lands on that page. Oh, by the way, here's a call to action to order some pizza.
Let's get some pizza.
Some random stuff that can happen.
College kid doesn't like pizza, right?
Exactly. Let's go to the next one.
Absolutely. And what we're looking at here is actually what separates a good outreach email from great outreach email. I looked into this one a little bit. This one focuses a little bit more, and actually for a small business, this is fantastic. What this really focuses on is that individual outreach or a small group of individual outreach. And what it really talks about is really personalizing that email. We've talked on other shows about building an email list. It's a very important, business tactic here with search engine optimization, just making yourself more, more noticeable on the internet, getting into contact and generating leads. what this does is says, be very personal with them. Let's get on a first name basis with the person. Let's research the company a little bit. Let's research the area they're from if they're not local, and talk about something that you can sort of come to grips with them on. One of the examples he actually gives over here, for example, is, don't say Mr. Fishkin, don't say Dear CEO, don't say things like that. How about Dan? How about Matt? Things like that. And then like another example he gives here is, I heard you might be in LA next month. Please drop me a line. Something very personal, and attach that with an ask. Get them to like your page. Get them to share it with their friends so that you can grow your email list even more and just sort of expand from there.
Right. And I think that so somebody might say, Dan, what the hell is an outreach email?
Right.
What does that even mean to my small business?
Right.
It's tough because what you have to do is if you are selling pizza to somebody, you can't just find emails to just send people because that would be spam. But if you are running that pizza place and let's say you want to make a business-to-business connection, somebody to buy cheese at a lower price or restaurant supplies, something like that, your outreach email would be to that person running that business. Right. And those folks are more susceptible to knowing they're going to get email from somebody at some point in the day.
Right.
And if you're in some other kind of business-to-business relationship, or if you have a service that you want a thought leader or somebody to try that in the community, connect with them on LinkedIn and say, hey,
give us a shot.
Yeah, check us out. I heard that you write reviews for restaurants. Come by and take a look at it. That kind of thing. So great video from Rand Fishkin over at SEO Moz.
Yeah, you got it.
You need to steer to survive in a SERP happy world. This is the whole conversation about where search engine results are going, keyword rankings, that kind of thing. What do they actually mean by steering to survive?
Sure. So what he's talking about here is we've been accustomed in SEO. It's been accustomed when you hear from somebody that, SEO is all about keyword optimization and doing this and making sure that every little piece of your page is perfect, right? And what it's talking about is in this future where Google switches over from an algorithm-based system to a more social-based system where a page isn't landed on the front page of a Google search index by, how many keywords they had and where they were placed on your page, how many words you had, things like that, what images you had linked and stuff like that. But more about, we were talking about this a little earlier, 5,000 people like this page, 600 people comment on this page. That page is going to land better than one that has maybe 2 likes and a few hundred, a couple comments or something like that.
Right. I like one of the points he brings up about remembering what your real goals are.
Right.
If you're hiring SEO people or if you're doing SEO on your own, it's not just to rank for that keyword. It doesn't do anything for you. You have to convert. Right. So SEO isn't just, hey, where do I stand today, Dan, for the word doggy daycare? Or the term doggy daycare. It's, am I getting more sales from this?
Yeah.
And is it increasing other long-term or long-tail areas of the business?
Right.
Aside from just ranking for that keyword, because you're competing against Google's algorithm, you're competing against other people in your industry.
Right. And this one's brought to you by Ian Lurie of Portent Inc.
Yeah, so this was a good article. Check it out, or again, just listen here. I mean, again, SERPs aren't. It's not what it's all about anymore. Keyword rankings is moving to other stuff. Templates you need to create actionable SEO audit reports.
Yep, and we were just talking about it. What are the goals? This is exactly what this whole article is about. This is brought to you by Aleda Solis of aledasolis.com. And what it basically says is what we were just talking about. When you're making a template, when you're deciding, what's my plan of attack for designing a website, the first thought, just like any great marketing plan, is what are my goals? What are my primary goals here? And focusing your efforts on that.
Mm-hmm. So this is geared towards probably the person who's doing SEO for other small businesses. Or if you're a small business trying to tackle it on your own, this is a great foundation to see. To one, be probably overwhelmed, like, oh man, there is a lot of stuff.
There's a lot going on with SEO,
There's a lot of stuff I have to do. So it's a great 30,000-foot view of how other SEOs organize these reports. So you kind of can reverse engineer that to understand what you have to go after.
And you were just talking about, even if it's a business is taking it on by themselves, this is a great, even if you don't use this exact template, it's great to just look at the bullet points here on this page and just say, oh, this is perfect. These are the exact bullet points I need to hit when I'm tailoring what I'm doing with my website.
Bingo. So check this one out. This is great. This is a great foundation to start your SEO efforts. So that has been episode 2.
Episode 2
of SEO Lunch. We hope you enjoyed it. We are going to come back after the holidays to bring you more awesome SEO goodness for your small business. Check us out, slocumstudio.com/subscribe to get our newsletter written by this guy who's pretty good, /blog to read all the blog posts, and just this site to hit us up and like us on Facebook, the Twitters, and Google+. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.